So up first, I want to bring up a poet very dear to me. We've been working together for a number of years. She is the author of shower poems, as well as one an incredible poet who's read all over the different parts of the country, and is actually a claim to fame as she's kind of like known as the Sufi poet of East Los Angeles. So please put your hands together for our first poet, Veronica Jauregui.
Forgot about that bump. It's so honored to read here. Here we go. Most poems are words. How can we see and how can we feel beyond letters and mind, the seen and the unseen? And where do you lie? How can you step inside? And how to explore within? And still being in this world of worlds not dragged in. Many get captured, and we watch. And how to stop witnessing. How to start winning in this chess game of life. Sometimes when I felt you the furthest, you were the absolute closest. So close that you were in the shape of the elusive body, as outline, not flesh, as light as love can only be, and love being a small form of what was possible. And the whole universe came in to be in me, pulsing, and I no longer question, for it is, was, and always has been, beyond what realities existed, in illusion and beyond them. The one. Thank you. And every thought was the weight of a slightly wet pillow, feathers ready to fly, yet wanting to drown away. The depths observed, vanished and gone. Thank you.
All right. Up next, we have a poet who has come out with a new collection of poetry with Moontide Press. Very excited to have her here. She's not just a poet, but also a filmmaker and also a real staple here at the Beyond Bro community. Please put your hands together for Kathleen Florence.
Thank you, Matt. I'm so happy to be here. This is such an excellent organization and event and space and time to be together. This is Rich Ferguson, who will also be performing later solo. He's going to be accompanying me on washboard. This is our first time performing this particular poem for you. You hear me okay? Is this good? All right. Cool. This poem is a joke. A wisecrack in the dark, whispering washboard, dilly-dally-dee dream, drunk on alliteration and algorithms. Not everything is funny or sunny or needs to rhyme. This poem is the first book I checked out from an LA library. Bukowski in a sundress, mildew smiling in a corner, potholes on every street I walked home that summer. This poem has sore feet, a crooked back, and a secret note tucked in its pocket. Written in lime water, puppeting childhood sloppy whys that some rent-a-teller at the world's most yawn-filled party told me means something is hiding. What is it that can't be seen? This poem is a pocket full of lies left behind at the laundromat in Fort Wayne the day Johnny Appleseed came to town. a handful of seeds spread over fields, seeds to raise the dead, seeds to end fascism, seeds to grow flowers, fruit and vegetables under a heat lamp. This poem is a heat lamp. This poem is a dictionary, a literary litany, a tongue trampoline for the French-kissing Olympics, blasting blank verse ballads under a fundraising sign blinking, enter. This poem enters through an alley door into a coffee shop and can't sleep for days. It taps on my brain and begs me to write it down. This poem is a clown. This poem is not what this poem wants me to say. This poem knows it's not important. It doesn't give blood or rescue kittens. It is simply a witness shaped in sound, stripping down to words on a page to remember its shame at being born. I would not say this poem is being torn from my heart, lips, gut, or loins. It is not my child, pet, or student. It's more like fruit flies drawn to waste next to my kitchen sink. This poem is the drain in my kitchen sink. Memory of a counterclockwise moment swirling down the drain, an old friend saying the word exactly 1 year before he died. This poem is at the door of my car begging me to drive, take it out on the town, see all the lights in Tinseltown. Bottle of beer and a sunshine skirt, moppy-headed trees and a sign that says somewhere. Hilltops of summer, lawn laying down, sketches made out to memory, offering words, a place to be quiet. This poem wants to be quiet. After dancing, after crying, after another failed attempt to change the world, this poem will never change. It's a dilly-dally daydream about to smoke, about to poke one more letter into the fire.
I'll give it up one more time for Kathleen, Florence, and for Rich Ferguson on the washboard that he was born to play. What's going on?
They can publish their poems in the Beachhead.
Okay.
You know, they just have to.
Do you want to tell them?
Can you tell them? You
You want me to tell them? Well, I've been informed that you should submit your poetry to the Beachhead because they do publish poetry. I know a number of people here who've been reading tonight have been published in the Beachhead. I've been published in the Beachhead 3 or 4 times, so it's a great publication, and it's a great place to submit your poetry and get published. They're very supportive of the community, and they are, and it's a true collective. So you're not too stoned. All right.
Yes, so the Beachhead is a genuine collective. It's not a non-judgmental space. Everything moves. It's amazing too that we are so consistent in such an open environment. So it's a radical. It's been a radical space since 1969. Cool.
Yeah. One more round of applause for the Beachhead. Hey! Which we're here to support tonight. Up next is a poet who is more than just a poet. He is he's a cultural curator. He's a pillar of the community. He's a historian. He is really the beating heart of this place. He was executive director here, executive director emeritus, and basically the executive director of all poetry in Los Angeles. Please put your hands together for Richard Modiano.
Well, thank you, Matt. Thank you all for coming, and kudos to the Beachhead for surviving for so long.
Love the Beachhead.
Long live the Beachhead.
Papers a poem.
Preamble. The working class and the employing class have nothing in common. There can be no peace so long as hunger and want are found among millions of working people, and the few who make up the employing class have all the good things in life. Between these two classes, a struggle must go on until the workers of the world organize as a class, take possession of the machinery of production, abolish the wage system, and live in harmony with the earth. Wrong place, wrong time. Sirens lick the stucco dawn, another raid in Echo Park, ice crawling down Sunset like a glacier in a dream of asphalt, their breath white with power, their badges catching stray sunlight like broken mirrors of a country that forgot how to look itself in the face. Coffee steam ghosts from the taco truck. A cook mutters prayers into the oil, hot grease and fear kissing in the pan. A mother tucks her child deeper into the backroom shadows where saints hang from nails, and the radio hums low news in a language that keeps moving even when bodies can't. I walk past it all. Wrong place, wrong time. My notebook trembling with words too thin to matter, trying to write freedom on a page that keeps erasing itself. The city sweats neon while another name disappears into a van with no windows. The palm trees don't care. They just keep flexing their green muscles, their roots deep in the same dirt we all came from, north, south, wherever wind and hunger share the same last name. Downtown, the billboards promise opportunity, but the alleyways whisper, keep quiet. A trumpet on Broadway spills blues so raw the sky winces. A song for those who vanished between the lines of policy and night. Wrong place, wrong time, but aren't we all? This city always half asleep, half dreaming of escape, its heart beating like a deported drum just outside the border of hearing. Personal protection. I carry my papers like a prayer, creased, coffee-stained, half faith, half proof that I belong in this America of cold lights and checkpoints where ice isn't just what melts in a glass, but the hard breath of the system fogging up every mirror you try to see yourself in. Personal protection, yeah, right. That's the myth. The neon halo sold in convenience stores next to the lottery tickets and the cheap knives, all stamped made somewhere else. I button my jacket against the blue chill of authority. I learned to keep my head down, like the rhythm section in a bad jazz set, waiting for the horns to fade so I can exhale. The man in the uniform says, papers please, and my pulse becomes a border, crossed and crossed again. I remember my immigrant grandparents speaking in accented English, but foreign accents cost extra now. Detention, deportation, the long cold of fluorescent holding pins. Personal protection? Try breathing through your rights when they freeze mid-sentence. Try singing your name when the microphone is a fingerprint scanner. Try love. Yeah, love. That old beat-up shield of the unarmed heart. Still humming under the ice, still melting the edges of America, one whisper at a time. Do something. Midnight hum on Alameda Street, cop lights chewing up the fog like electric locusts, and someone whispers, do something. A prayer, a dare, a beat-up heartbeat, tapping Morse code on the cracked ribs of the Republic. I see a mother clutching her child tight as a manifesto folded in a coat pocket. Ice vans idling like steel predators waiting for the sanctioned pounce. But the crowd swells. Drifters, poets, night shift prophets, kids with posters, elders with lungs full of history, and they begin to chant, discordant, ragged, holy. Do something, the voice repeats. It's not a command, but a reminder that resistance is just breath refusing to freeze. It's the music of defiance riffing off barbed wire and badge glare, a syncopated refusal to let fear become the national anthem. So we step forward, hands linked in a trembling chain, not heroes, just human, spilling our silhouettes across the asphalt like ink from a busted pen cartridge. The night listens, the engines stall, the wind for a moment forgets its orders. And somewhere in the thrum of pulse and pavement, the poet inside every one of us leans into the dark and mutters, yeah, do something. Thank you.
Keep it going for the great Richard Modiano. That's right. Do something. Tonight we're raising funds for the Beachhead, so you have your historic mission. All right, up next we're gonna bring up this next poet is a mocondista, has a journalist, is a short story writer, is an essayist, and is a phenomenal poet. It's been published with El Martillo Press. So honored to have her on the roster with the Daughterland and soon with Chicano Noir stories. So we're really, really excited to bring her up to stage. Please put your hands together for Margaret Elysia Garcia.
The only person who can embarrass me in public more than my husband is Matt. And they both say the same thing. And I'm like, usually at parties, I just say that I'm the maid or, something random, not the writer. All right, I'll start off with a little prayer for us on New Year's Eve. Maybe be each other's light in this new year. And I wish us all the strength to carry on. Carry on. All right. So I don't normally read brand new poems, but I was in Culver City the other day and then Santa Monica, where our family used to be and is no longer. So, Culver City. If you didn't see them die, they're not gone. I tell myself this these days, now that I wield the matriarch's kitchen and taxi my remaining people to their appointments. I am old now, and my trousers fold, and my boots click the pavement in front of the apartment we've been coming to for years. Raised sidewalk, and there are places we can circle like a lost pack of wolves, but America sells its homelands for healthcare catastrophes to come, and so we no longer have anywhere to rest. Today I meet a sister friend for lunch in Culver City, and we do not go where we usually go, and I'm disoriented by both the familiarity and all the change, and how her mother, like my grandmother, are now strong, bent branches. I drop her off at the metro station, which didn't used to be there. I am hungry again. I want to drive down to Bay City's delis or Versailles, but alone seems like, what are you doing there? But you and you and you and you were there, but you couldn't have been, could you? I want to go home to an unhip Santa Monica and listen to a reading at midnight special and wait in the park for the big blue bus and pretend I'm not dropping out of UCLA. I want to look out from the second-story window. You did that too. Of the attic bedroom as you and your chosen grandson walk down to Main Street on a Sunday morning to get everyone 2 strong coffee in the New York Times. Chubby little hand in a wrinkled hand, wandering with ritual determination through the old neighborhood. Later, you teach my son to play chess with the old Russian men on the concrete tables, your kingdom by the sea. Back when the surf shop was still on the corner and the shoe repair and the hippie hard crust pizza we all hated but bought anyway. Before the rich opened shops on Main Street that only sold air. The ocean will have its answers. The ocean almost the same, dirtier now after a rain, and the sky a perfect cleanse of blue. I have no heart left to go down by myself with the Viewmaster's slideshow of memory. I'm afraid of the emptiness of the sand. The playground where our loves used to be, and you two, the only children with a mother and not the nanny. And today, I think of your store-bought sushi and the butcher block counters and the way you kept all the doors open and the college radio loud, like we were all an experiment in the art of living, and how the house crammed with books and records and artifacts, and how all of it is gone in the end. I came here to visit a recent friend who I knew just one decade, not the 2 or 3 or 4 of my west side of my children's, and I know these streets for so long, and now I know nothing at all. Need the directions on the phone to get back to the freeway. Once upon a time, I met my future here, and now I only see the buckled sidewalk and the midday traffic and some new restaurants and, well, the past playing on in my memory. Thanks. And always a solid FU to that store selling air that got rid of my good shoe repair place. Okay. I don't have time to read this whole entire 10-page poem, but I'm just going to read you the first part. I was just very inspired by our last poet to read this instead of what I was going to read. This This is called An American Requiem, and it's inspired by Anna Akhmatova. Quote, "Flung myself at the hangman's feet, my terror, oh my son, and I can't understand. Now all eternal confusion, who is beast and who is man." Akhmatova. Oh, beautiful, I recall those clog-fogged skies, those azure waves and smoke-stacked beach, those metal grasshoppers dredging up the money and the myth. Home is where the grafted palm trees sway. Home is where the heart is mounted and framed. And was it ever paradise when they put up that parking lot? On a stretch of Walmart asphalt, they took him for his obstinance in the face of the faceless, those masked from mother's disappointments. Hey, you can't do that. His coworker kidnapped, his brown throat squeezed. They didn't see his American in front of him. Abracadabra, gone. Him, a small dreamer in a blue apron and a slight discount like my grandparents who lived blocks away for a century. Paramount and Beverly, tiny stucco house, St. Augustine, grass, concrete, and plumeria. In the sterile living that their American required. Sleeping now beneath the Rose Hills neon, its purple mountain majesty. 20 and living with his mama, she brought his birth certificate and memories and screamed his name in the pink-orange sunset. No phone call, just a ghost land. Ma'am, calm down. Ma'am, you need to calm down. And the shoppers bellied out and filled their carts, and they put her on the news. Tonight, I am blue-lipped with cold. Tonight, I am too numb to cry. I tried to give my children American, gave them what we could, student loans and allergies and a shot glass of the family disease. A woman in line asked, "Can one ever describe this?" "I can," Anna said, saw the smile where previously there was just a face, a requiem. "I can." Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Black eyes, boxed ears, punched mouth and nose. Dislocated, dislocated, dislocated bodies on the ground, odds never in our favor, and a mother cannot find her son. People in Pico march, rage to City Hall, let it out, get them out. The news says they've never seen anything like this. But the abuelos have their stories from the 1930s, and the abuelas are stocking up on candles and saints, and the young man shouldn't have resisted the inhumanity to man. Walmart fires him for being a victim in the wrong workplace at the wrong work time. Step and fetch over the bodies for the yellow, happy face, such the deal. What is this now? What is this now? What is this now that I should get up before dawn and check my phone for federal thug raids and tell my students not to leave their apartments if they live near the corner of Abduction and Brown? Enrique, after class, shows me the photo of his son in a children's hospital bed and tells me this is why he's here. They gave his wife a visa and they gave him nothing, so he flew in and worked graveyard shifts, no questions asked. He shows me a photo of his graduation, his perfect score, citizenship. Our city is hit hard by unmarked SUVs, and with his son still in the hospital, he disappears like magic. We hold a vigil for him in class. Me, the Peruvians, the Colombians, the Vietnamese, the Afghans, the Mexicans, the Burmese. And at the beginning of the semester, we were factions. And now we are this solidarity, this. What is this now? Whatever we do, it's a crime. Whatever they do is a justify. No more rights, nor fair fights, and they keep wearing us down, and we keep practicing our American in vain. We are the fruit rotting on the vine, and no one has a discerning eye. We are not to be picked. Thank you.
Keep it going for Margaret Elysia Garcia. Yeah, Margaret, and another poem I'm going to bring up later, and I recently had a reading in a little bookstore in San Francisco called City Lights, so. So, one more time, Margaret Elysia Garcia. This next poet I'm going to bring up, he is the former California Beat Poet Laureate, the former National Beat Poet Laureate, the editor of Beat Not Beat, the chief editor, and he is in many ways, the keeper of the flame and the inheritor of so very many poetic traditions here in the city of Los Angeles. Definitely one of the most notable LA poets of the 21st century. Please put your hands together for Rich Ferguson.
Yeah. Cool. I'm built from Tong, the plant medicine, ayahuasca, and psilocybin-powered sound bath ceremonies. The amped-up grit and glitz of the Sunset Strip from the living electricity of Jim Morrison at the Whiskey A Go-Go to River Phoenix's deep dive into Overdose at the Viper Room. My bones have been broken by car crashes, Starwood punk rock mosh pits, and the 1943 Zoot Suit riots. My skin is flesh with bits of shells, tiles, soda bottles, mirrors, and shards of pottery embedded in Watts Tower's spires. My veins move through me like laurel canyons, paisley bricked and bougainvillea lined road running from sunset to the valley, reverberating song cycles of Neil Young and Joni Mitchell. Built by this city, blood and breath of this city, live and die in LA. My DNA luxuriates in cryofacial thermal shock float tank bliss imprinted with moon juice super you, the tragedy and tears of the Cecil Hotel, the bebop rapture of Louis Armstrong at the Cotton Club, and that moment of genius when Mingus decided to drop the cello and take up the bass. I'm wildfires and Richard Pryor, freebasing, ketamine therapy, and colorful sneakers, Malibu beaches and Melrose boutiques, retro glamour meets modern edge, fusion cuisine and Lincoln Heights Latino history. I'm the Runyon Buddha, Angel's Flight, and Biddy Mason's free papers, Little Persia to Panorama City, Baldwin Hills to Boyle Heights, at Florence and Normandy. I gather cinder blocks, bruises, and beer bottles, transform them into sustainable jewelry of healing gestures. Built by this city, blood and breath of this city, live and die in LA. I'm DTLA, young-moneyed hipsters and the aging homeless, wild gardening and antidepressant interior decorating, Radiohead, supersonic soaring, The Bowl, Miles Davis grounded at LAX for drug possession. I'm 27th Street Bakery, sweet potato pie, sweat and panic and angular sunglasses, trying to look more movie star than maniac. A down-and-out angel released from men's central jail, now doing double shifts at the feather factory to earn new wings. I'm street gangs and street racing, the romp and stomp of the Silver Lake Dog Park. My heart is always open like Cantor's Deli. I've been healed by Phil Spector's wall of sound and broken by his wall of guns. Built by this city, blood and breath of this city, live and die in LA. I cruise the airwaves like Rodney on the Rock, old school cool, like the Rat Pack and Musso and Frank's, Beyonce dining at Stella, Zoe Kravitz drinking at Delilah, ice baths and espresso, bookstores and power yoga, rising rents and unaffordable housing, striking actors, writers, and teachers, Dodgers, Southpaw, Clayton Kershaw, striking out batters, panting pit bulls and police reports, archive, deep cuts, knife cuts, and all kinds of cults. I am promising as an Echo Park Lake sunrise, durable as Buster Keaton's Star on the Boulevard, lasting as the psychic wounds reverberating from Japanese internment camps. I am the road leading from Hollywood Forever Cemetery and its celebrated dead whose ghostly inflections are used as our otherworldly driving directions. Built by this city, blood and breath of this city, live and die in LA. Built by this city, blood and breath of this city, live and die in LA. Happy New Year, everyone.
That was Rich Ferguson. LA. Well, keep it going. Rich Ferguson, one more time. Let's give him another round of applause.
What's that hat you're wearing?
San Martillo Press. The builder of bridges, the destroyer of walls. All right, so we're gonna call up this next poet, and before I tell you about the poem, I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do. They're gonna read the first part of a docu-poem, which means that they actually went and did research. And it's like a documentary, but it's a poem. So this is a really, really cool thing you're about to witness. This poet, what can I say? This poet is one of really the giants of like 20th century literature. She was a recipient of NEA awards at the turn of the 2000, the millennium. She was invited to the White House as one of the 100 best poets in America. She, she has probably the only person I know that worked with both Allen Ginsberg and Teatro Campesino. She is not only a giant of Chicana literature, but a giant of the movement itself. Please put your hands together for the legend, Lorna. The first time ever reading it beyond Baroque, Lorna de Cervantes.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Beyond Baroque. Bananas for Indrik. 1. In Estonia, Indrik is taking his children to the dollar market to look at bananas. He wants them to know about the presence of fruit, about globes of light, tart to the tongue, about the twang of tangelos, the cloth of persimmons, the dull little mawns of kiwi. There is not a chance for a taste. Where rubles are scarce and dollars are harder, even beef is doled out, welfare thin on Saturday's platter. They light the few candles not reserved for the dead, and try not to think of small bites in the coming winter, of irradiated fields or the diminished catch in the fisherman's net. They tell of bananas yellow as daffodils and mango, which tastes as if the whole world came out from her womb. 2. Colombia, 1928. Bananas rot in the fields, a strip of lost villages between rail yard and cemetery. The United Fruit Company train, a yellow painted slug, eats up the swamps and jungle. Campesinos replace Indians who are a dream, and a rubble of bloody stones hacked into coffins, malaria, tuberculosis, cholera, machetes of the jefes. They become like the empty carts that shatter the landscape. Their hands, no longer pulling green teats from the trees, now twist into death, into silence and obedience. They wait in Aracataca, poised as statues between hemispheres. They would rather be tilling their plots for black beans. They would rather grow wings and rise as pericos, parrots, poets, clowns, a word which means all this. Pericos, those messengers from Mictlan, the underworld, where the ancestors of the slain arise with the vengeance of Tlaloc. A stench permeates the wind as bananas, black on the stumps, char into odor. The murdered mestizos have long been cleared and begin their new duties as fertilizer for the plantations. Feathers fall over the newly spaded soil. Turquoise, scarlet, azure, quetzal, and yellow litters the graves like the gold claws of bananas. 3. Dear Eye, the 3x6 boxes in front of the hippie market in Boulder are radiant with marigolds, some with heads as big as my Indian face. They signify death to me, as it is Labor Day, and already I am making up the guest list for my Dia de los Muertos altar. I'll need marigolds, so this year I plant calendulas for blooming through snow that will fall before November. I am shopping for no-spray bananas. I forgo the Dole and Chiquita, that name that always made me blush for being christened with that title. But now I am only a little small, though still brown enough for the "where you from?" Probably my ancestors planted a placenta here, as well as on my Califas coast, where alien shellfish replaced native mussels, clams, and oysters in 1886. I'm from the 21st century, I tell them, and feel rude for it, when all I desire is bananas without pesticides. They're smaller than plantains, which are green outside and firm and golden when sliced. Fried in butter, they turn yellow as overripe fruit and sweet. I asked the produce manager how to crate and pack bananas to Estonia. She glares at me suspiciously. "You can't do that." "I know. There must be some law. You might spread diseases. They would arrive as mush anyway." I am thinking of children in Estonia with no fried plátanos to eat with their fish, while the blonde turns away, still without shedding a smile at me. Me, hija del sol, Earth's daughter, lover of bananas. I buy up Baltic wheat. I buy up organic bananas, butter, y canela. I ship banana bread. Thank you.
Lori Cervantes. Our next reader has literally won awards won by Jonathan Swift, has held the sword of Simone Bolivar, has looked into the eyes of Hugo Chavez, has been sued by George W. Bush, and has been honeypotted by Tony Blair. Unsuccessfully. Please put your hands together for this mass theatrical man. Tonight's going by El Martillo, but normally is Greg Palast.
I don't care what this guy says. I am El Martillo, the hammer. And so mi cadillo, Sedillo, there's a poem, says I have 12 minutes, which I think is way too long for any poet, because after 12 minutes, poets get very, very boring. So I'll try to be under 12 minutes. 3 poems. The first one is called I Shot the Donald. Now, my lawyers, I have many, have said I must tell you that no president was harmed in the creation of this poem. Now, I'm reading it because I haven't memorized it because I don't think you're fucking worth it. But I will do my best. I shot the Donald. Understand, he was my bro, my man Donnie. He looked into my eyes. His final words in his flawless Spanish. Todo lo que necesitas es amor. All you need is love, compañero. What you saw, that orange, bloviating sack of gelatinous bigot of a porcine prick, was not my Donnie. I know. He didn't have some Slovenian seaman socket earning her green card the hard way. No snake tongue fiddling the hopes of a million redneck yobs. No Tea Party terrorist transgressor, but a man. A real man. Who comforted the afflicted and afflicted the way too comfortable, who gave away his daddy's sick billions to live on a used Harley, who liked to say, shit, dude, this acid's fucked up, you gotta try it. And he said, there's not enough mushroom to enlighten America, let's try the truth. So who is this ridiculous replica, this monster with his tiny hands and a mouth with Satan's cum on his lips? Can't anyone see it? I didn't shoot the Donald. Because that's not my Donnie Trump. That guy up there is an imposter. You didn't see it? The oozing shithole between his puffy lips. I'm a stable genius. You didn't get it when he said, Kim Jong-un can have my baby? What started as a joke, but had taken him over. We've seen it before. The actor becomes the part in the show, and now the show's the entire planet. So I had to take it into my own hands to take out this mimic, this fake, this armed and dangerous clown at this toxic circus. And now, there's nothing left but an orange stain. It's funny, the real Donnie wanted to build a wall on the border, a wall of mirrors so America could look into its own eyes and scream. But he feared the border would get dangerously crowded with refugees from Whole Foods and life coaches. Americans on the border seeking asylum to get out of the asylum. So, could I save my friend with a single bullet from the succubus that ensorcelled him? Don nodded. And I pulled the trigger. The orange grease ran down my arm, and gears and wires dropped from his shattered mechanical skull. So it was not my Donnie who was your president. It was only their robot, their toy in a clown skin. Go with God, mi presidente, mi comandante, and watch over us, because we have many machines to fight. Now give him. Yeah. Okay. Poem 2. 4. I was. Hi. I was supposed to. This is a poem that was dedicated to one of my work colleagues, and she couldn't make it tonight. There's the weather out of Chicago, but she asked me to read it anyway. And how many of you like short poems? I don't. I like long poems. So it's for me, long poems. All these words are like whipped cream for dinner. It's not acceptable, but it's delicious. But this will be a short one. It's a haiku. How many syllables in a haiku?
34.
17, asshole. 17, but this is going to have 18 syllables. I deserve one. My father fought in the Pacific, so I think that given Pearl Harbor and the hours I spent trying to program a Sony Betamax, I can add an extra syllable. So this poem for my coworker is called "The Night My Soul Shot Out of My Cock." Thank you. Thank you. And by the way, if you're counting syllables, get a life. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My third poem.
You're welcome. That was a good name, huh?
Is called Carnivore. I was actually going to do a poem about Santa, but I couldn't find. Carnivore. Remember when you were Lenny Bruce? Well, you're not. Remember when you were thin chanteuse? Now you're not. Ashes to ashes, shit to shit. What you got? 35 years? Then that's it. Maybe at a sales meeting, you were a big success. Maybe you got a brand new Tesla. Maybe you look good in that long white dress. Okay, then. Here's the shovel. Here's the spot. Now get digging. Mommy's little girl soon got a rot. Remember when you were Jackie Kennedy? You're still not. Sorry to foul up your sunny day. Sorry to break up your happy mood. Time says she's a carnivore. And you're just food. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
One day that mask is gonna get stuck. So two things. One, forgive Greg, he doesn't understand proper luchador etiquette, which is that you'd have to wear the mask the entire time and only take it off when you're prepared to retire. And two, he could really actually have a proper haiku if he just punctuated with thanks. Like the last thank you into thanks. I'm kind of a little bit of a formalist, I was playing. One more time for Greg Palast, the legendary Greg Palast. Who has done incredible work, exposing voter suppression, exposing the crimes of big oil, who's done an incredible job. In another life, Greg was a poet. He studied under Ginsberg. He's friends with Bukowski, and so in this leg of his life, he's going to become a poet. So one more time for the great, multi-talented, incredible Greg Palast. And so for our final poet, this next poet has read in 15 countries, has been translated into 9 languages, has had literal laurels placed in his head by Franciscan monks 20 feet from the tomb of Dante Alighieri, who's had private audiences with Olympic gold medalists, when he read poems to them, has had read poems dedicated to the recipient of presidential pardons. Has a poem on the moon, and has been called by Greg Palast as the best political poet in America. And it's me. All right. Matt fucking Sedillo. Here we go. Last year I was here, I gave you part of Elon Musk Must Be Stopped. Here's some more of it, all right? Elon Musk Must Be Stopped, Canto 2, Canto 6, and Canto 25, here we go. Mules wind down the road. Mules wind down the road. Mules wind down the road, down the mountain eats men. Mules carry silver to the mill that fuel the armada, rich Potosi, the envy of kings, the king of mountains, treasury of the world. To reach they leap, knives and teeth, fleeing debt from merchant ships, dreaming of silver and gold. From merchant ships, fleeing debt, knives and teeth, they leap to reach the king of mountains, rich Potosi, where the air is thin, the wind is ice, high in the Andes, where mercury and soot compete for sky, where the rich and murderous meet in a game of thieves and a sacrament of blood, holy empire, precious metals, sacred dust. Welcome to rich Potosi, the envy of kings, city of villa, city of slum, church and brothel, rising fortune, bitter chill, fine garments, cheaper thrills, where the life of a poor Indian is cheapest still. All hail, rich Potosi, the king of mountains, at the foot of a rich god, the stuff of dream and legends, treasury of the world, minter of the coin, bankroll of conquest, once exhausted, soon forgotten, eyes the heaven, stuffing lithium in pockets, tearing money from the earth. Elon tweets, we will coup whoever we want, we will coup whoever we want. Elon tweets, we will coup whoever we want. Knives and teeth, Elon tweets, we will coup whoever we want, stuffing lithium in pockets, tearing money from the earth. We will coup whoever we want. Knives and teeth, Elon tweets, knives and teeth, Elon tweets, we will coup whoever we want. Knives and teeth, Elon tweets, 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 the mountain eats men. And it's hell on earth. And it's hell on earth. And there's a preacher in the pulpit and a child in the mind. It's hell on earth. And it's hell on earth. And there's a devil in the boardroom and a demon in the sky. And it's hell on earth. And it's hell on earth. And there's ongoing genocide, new shoes on your mind. And it's hell on earth. 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 When their fingers clicked, their eyes lit, their minds went blank, and they demanded more. By shovel, by hand, by sack, by supply chain, the demand for coal bed first came ashore. Apple, this is not your first time around. Tesla is all you have to offer. The gun, the blade, the mud, the clay, the brave new world that never came, the latest craze, the latest armed conflict, miracle, mineral, deposit, the poison that burns in the lung and sets in the womb, the cancer that seeps into pores, the latest whore, the whore. Trucks wind down the road, trucks wind up the road, carrying cobalt out of the mind. On hands and knees, bare palmed, clawing the mud, men dig tunnels unmasked, tunnels unenforced. Sometimes the tunnel will collapse. Sometimes the men will die. Sometimes buried alive. Sometimes there are children in the mine. Trucks wind down the road. Trucks wind down the road. Trucks wind up the road, carrying cobalt to agents of the owners. The agents of the owners negotiate sacks full of precious mineral. Men dig tunnels, bare palmed, claw the mud. Men with guns monitor the progress. Mothers with infants around shoulders slung on hands and knees. Dig at the earth. Children as young as 4 dig the earth. Pull money from the mine. Incandescent green. Breathe in toxic dust. Run cobalt up the hill. Shanty towns pop up. Starvation reigns. The water is poison. The children shake from hunger. Graves go unmarked. Graves go unmarked. Graves go unmarked. Trucks wind up the road. Trucks wind down the road. A humanitarian crisis. The worst working conditions on the planet. In the name of the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 6th, 7th, and 10 richest men on the world. In the name of laptops, game consoles, smartphones, electric cars, the electric future, Microsoft, Dell, Apple, Google, Tesla. What are you trying to hide? Children die in the mine, buried alive. The market soars, profits rise. Children die, profits rise. The market soars in the mine, buried alive. What are you trying to hide in the mine? The market soars in the mine, profits rise. To hide in the mine, what are you trying to hide? Bury alive, to hide, profits rise in the mine, buried alive. The market soars, children die, profits rise. In the name of profits, rise, children die. The richest man alive, fortune relies on the children in the mine. The son of apartheid, richest man alive, the richest man alive, richest man alive. Children die, children die, children die in the mine. Son of apartheid, the richest man alive, fortune relies on children in the mine. The son of apartheid, the richest man alive, fortune relies. Trucks on down the road carrying cobalt to the supply chain. Children will die in the mine in the name of the richest man alive, of a son of apartheid. What are you trying to hide? Fortune relies. The mine, the mine, the mine, the richest man alive. When their fingers click, their eyes lit, their screen refreshed, and their fingers click, their eyes lit, their screen refreshed. When their fingers click, their eyes lit, their screen refreshed. Their minds went blank. When their fingers clicked, their eyes lit, the screen refreshed, and their minds went blank, and they forgot. And they forgot. And they forgot. As the screen refreshed, everything they had just read. And it's hell. Hell on earth. And it's hell. Hell on earth. And it's hell. Hell on earth. And it's hell. And it's hell. And it's hell. 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 Hell on earth. Fuck Elon Musk. And with that, raise money for the Beachhead. We're gonna fight Elon Musk. We're gonna fight the billionaires of this world. We're gonna fight Donald Trump. We're gonna fight the billionaires, the fascists, the racists, every fucking thing that sucks. The Beachhead stands against. Donate today. Sign up. Sign up for the fight. Let's go. Go in peace and raise hell.